Successive start for him in that midfield area. Whistle. Yarmouk again.
He's got brilliant attitude, Yarmouk. His work rate and tenacity, but he's also got really good quality. Him and Damsgaard provide a lot of energy to that midfield for Brentford.
Missing Matthias Jensen. That area due to injury. Vital the Janels is back on their bench after injury tonight. Caicedo wins it back for Chelsea. And provided the ball across there, Mark Flecken got a strong left hand on that, because behind him was Jackson, poised for a tap-in. There's Roslev, now Wissa. There's a pass on far side and Wissa's seen it. It's Lewis Potter. The pass may have gone sooner than that. Lewis Potter. And the flag's up for offside, the actual flag.
What a fascinating game this is. It's so competitive. Feels like both teams have got the ability to get a goal here. It's quite open. You can see the offside there just as he was coming back, but Chelsea at the other end. Brilliant play by Caicedo with the interception. And then the pass across again, that 6-yard area.
Never a team to underestimate. They've taken some great scouts in their time in this division. They began life with a wonderful win at home against Arsenal, thumping home win over United. They had a double 2 campaigns to go against Manchester City. 3 successive wins here, proving to be a tough nut to crack for Chelsea tonight.
Yeah, they're holding their own, aren't they? Chelsea have had the better chances, better possession in many ways, but Brentford really look threatening and defensively working to a really solid game plan. We haven't seen much of Cole Palmer.
Given away there by Flecken. Madueke, and Madueke denied by Flecken, who redeemed himself there with another good save.
Yeah, this is a massive save, this, by Flecken. It's him with the pass, the errant pass to Madueke, who then bears down on the Brentford goal. The angle's against him slightly, but it's really well struck, and Flecken using his right foot there.
Corner ball short here to Palmer. And Caicedo, Palmer again. Enzo Fernandez. Palmer made the move, got in behind Damsgaard. Palmer's cut back. And again, Flecken, a barrier they can't get past.
Well, it's that 6-yard box as well, that cross again. It's the 3rd time. Damsgaard's got to do better there. I mean, he wasn't that subtle with his movement, Cole Palmer. Damsgaard's just got to close that space and deny the pass in between him and the other Brentford player. Once again, it's Flecken with another important block.
Palmer. Fernandez. Cole's back post, so is Madueke. Madueke got the contact there from Lewis Potter, went over and wins his team the free kick.
Yeah, it started with a push, which I don't think was the initial foul, but then he catches the backs of his legs as well there. Look, just causes him to tumble.
Chelsea set piece. And he pinched Brentford set piece coach a few months ago, Bernardo Cueva. Correa in the mix there, along with Tosin and Colwell. Palmer's ball in towards Tosin. It's a flag up. That far side, so offside's been given.
It's Tosin who started in an offside position and finished in an offside position.
Just like Graham does when choosing a fine restaurant to go to, Chelsea went down the Italian route again this season. The late Gianluca Vialli, who was the first Italian head coach here, and Ranieri, Ancelotti, Conte, the latter two who both won titles at Stamford Bridge. Di Matteo won their first Champions League, 12 years ago now. Enzo Maresca, who had that wonderful campaign last year with Leicester when they won the Championship title. His first top-flight job. He's done wonderfully well, but he's finding himself with a tactical game plan here against Thomas Frank tonight.
I think looking at it from a Chelsea perspective, how does Cole Palmer get some freedom? How does he get away from Norgard or one of the other midfield players? Just to give him a chance to unlock that stubborn defensive unit.
Madueke, can he prise open the door here? Madueke's ball was too high for the on-rushing Sancho, but kept alive by Cucurella. Turned away by Pinner. Caicedo. Good defensive work by Burma.
It's all hands to the pump, isn't it, for Brentford defensively? And again, Chelsea, where they deserve credit, is they're persisting down the flanks. It's the only place on the pitch where somebody can get a couple of touches and get a cross in.
Madueke. Cucurella's coming in! Marc Cucurella scores his first league goal for Chelsea. The fall guy last Sunday kept his feet there and his head, and Chelsea had the lead.
Well, on cue with regards to crossing the ball and persistently crossing the ball. It's another excellent ball in from a wide area. Terrible celebration by Cucurella. That happens when you get players that don't score many goals, myself included. Brilliantly timed run. He's playing a lot higher, Cucurella. Times his run perfectly. It's a lovely, inviting ball, dipping into that area, and he just gets in between two Brentford players. There's not a lot of space in there. They've been excellent all evening, Brentford, at that, but it's a perfectly timed run and a perfectly delivered cross that gives Chelsea the breakthrough.
Well, who picked Marc Cucurella as first goal scorer tonight? If you did, you're in the money. Those
Nemanja Matic, Bertu, Cherki, Mikutat, and Nuama. All of them coached by Pierre Sage. For PSG, tonight is about silencing the doubters and proving why they are the team to beat in Ligue 1. For Lyon, it's a chance to show they belong with the elite. A win could not only extend their unbeaten run to 10 games, but also put them within a striking distance of the top 4. So it's a very good opportunity today, and we'll enjoy this match only here on beIN Sports. Ladies and gentlemen, don't move. This clash of titans is about to start.
It's a huge game this Sunday night in Ligue 1. The reigning champions and current leaders, Paris Saint-Germain, with the opportunity to extend their advantage at the top of the table. But their opponents, Olympique Lyonnais, arrive here in tremendous form, unbeaten in 9 in all competitions, and just one loss in their last 15. Some really interesting selection decisions as well. Two teams showcasing the strength of their respective squads, that's for sure. Lucas Beraldo preferred to skipper Marquinhos in the heart of the Paris Saint-Germain backline. One thing Luis Enrique is wrestling with, of course, is a busy fixture schedule. This game coming off the back of their victory against Salzburg in Austria in the Champions League on Tuesday, but perhaps more significantly now just ahead of a trip to the Principality to play Monaco in a rearranged league game. That's on Wednesday coming. Lyon, meanwhile, haven't got a Ligue 1 game in the midweek ahead of us, but they did play in Europe on Thursday. So a quicker turnaround for them, as well as the trip up from the banks of the River Rhone. When Zaire Emery has lost possession, this is Mikel Tadze. Eager to impress tonight, the Georgian international, on a relatively rare opportunity in the starting 11. Possession collected by Jordan Veretout. By Lucas Perry under a bit of pressure. His distribution worth looking out for this evening. The giant Brazilian goalkeeper. Long balls downfield, whether kicked or long throws, can be very significant in starting Lyon attacks. PSG, of course, coming into this game in very good form domestically. On the whole, even if they've held in the last two matches by Nantes and Auxerre, the reality is that they have been too strong for the rest of Ligue 1 the majority of the campaign, and in fact they're unbeaten, of course. Stark contrast to their results in the Champions League, which have not quite been up to scratch, but morale-boosting victory in Salzburg during the week, with goals from Ramos, Nuno Mendes on the ball there, and Desiré Doué as well. Here's Hakimi. Doué. Expected to be a very fluid front three for PSG tonight. Desiré Doué is on the left flank at the moment. Ousmane Dembélé in the middle, and Lee Kang in to the right, but leaving the touchline to Hakimi. Hakimi playing a terrific ball through, and it's cut back towards Dembélé. First incursion into the Lyon penalty box from Paris Saint-Germain. Here they come again. Back to Hakimi, it's cleared away by Lucas Perry. And then the shot from the edge of the box, deflected over for the first corner of the game. Well, it's a bright start from the home team. Warren Zaire Emery on the edge of the box, who just swung a leg at that. Clinton Mata helping it over the crossbar. PSG tend to start strongly in their own stadium. Just to look for the early goal. Lee Kang in, delivering the corner. Got another one. Back out to Lee again. Nuno Mendes. João Neves. With Dembélé, who's back tonight after serving a Champions League suspension. Sent off against Bayern Munich at the end of last month. Zaire-Emery. Lee looking to switch the play. Désiré Doué to chase back to keep that in. Luis Enrique's PSG love to dominate possession, move the ball from side to side, wait for the opening to appear. Hakimi told to get up by the referee. Fans are not too pleased with that. Lyon have the opportunity on the break now. Nuama unable to make anything of it. Ryan Cherki, plenty of space on the right wing. Back it comes to Lee once again. Doué. William Pacho has been an excellent addition to the PSG squad this season. Brought in from Eintracht Frankfurt, the team who Lyon defeated in the Europa League. It was a brilliant game on Thursday. João Neves comes across to Doué as we see the PSG starting lineup again. Usual 4-3-3 formation. Doué playing on the left wing. Chosen ahead of Bradley Barcola, driving into the penalty box, cuts it back from Dembele. It's a superb goal. And Paris Saint-Germain have the early breakthrough. And Luis Enrique's selection decision entirely justified there. Désiré Doué given a rare opportunity in the starting lineup tonight. And producing the goal with a brilliant turn on the left-hand side to get away from Ainsley Maitland-Niles, driving towards the byline and cutting it back for Ousmane Dembele, who sweeps it into the net for his 6th goal of the season. It's Paris Saint-Germain 1, Lyon 0. And Dembele immediately pointing towards the man who made the goal. He believes that all the credit must go to Désiré Doué, who turned Ainsley Maitland-Niles inside out. So the PSG have a habit of scoring early goals. That's what they did in their last game here. It took them just a couple of minutes against Nantes to take the lead. In the end, they drew that game 1-1. And a few weeks prior to that, at the beginning of last month, they scored very early on against Lens. And that proved to be the only goal of the game, so it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be raining goals tonight, but it is a perfect start to the game for the Ligue 1 leaders as they aim to extend their advantage at the top of the table. Here they come again, Vitinha to Warren Zaire-Emery. Bit too much on the pass, collected by Nuama. Goal coming before Lyon have had the opportunity to express themselves in an attacking sense. See that Lyon lineup. Nominally Cherki and Nuama on the wings and Miko Tadze through the middle. We've seen already Miko Tadze appearing on the left, Cherki on the right, but currently it is Miko Tadze in the middle, Nuama on the right, Cherki on the left. In a 4-3-3, which is different to how Lyon played against Frankfurt on Thursday when it was a 4-2-3-1 with Cherki through the middle in the number 10 role behind Alexandre Lacazette, with Nuama and Malik Fofana on the wings. In some ways, I'll be surprised that Pierre Sage has not gone with that setup tonight, but clearly feeling the need to add an extra body into the midfield to reinforce that area. Experience of Jordan Veretout alongside Tolisso and Matic. We haven't seen much of the ball yet. goal from Ousmane Dembele. That's what separates the teams. One of the heroes of the Coupe de France final when the clubs met at the end of last season. Luis Campos in the middle of your screen, the football advisor at PSG, the nominal director of football, and alongside him, the PSG president, Nasser El-Khelaifi. Miles returning it to Lucas Perry. It was a difficult one for the goalkeeper to deal with. Signed midway through last season. Lucas Perry's replaced Anthony Lopez as the first-choice goalkeeper at Lyon, which was a controversial call given how terrific a servant Lopez has been for the club. Here's Lucas Beraldo, the Brazilian who arrived in French football midway through last season. Mendes, picked up by Ousmane Dembele. Mendes cuts it back. Désiré Doué, it's a penalty. He was just trying to shuffle that ball out from under his feet to perhaps get the shot away, and he was pretty clearly bundled to the floor. Once again, Désiré Doué heavily involved. Paris Saint-Germain will have the chance to double their leads inside the first quarter of an hour. Corentin Tolisso with the foul, and there is not much doubt about that, is there? Just trying in vain to get his body in between Doué and the ball. Well, Corentin Tolisso is such a vastly experienced player, a World Cup winner. He'll be really kicking himself giving away the penalty, and it will be Vitinha to take the spot kick here. Vitinha to make it 2-0 to Paris Saint-Germain inside the first 15 minutes. And cool as you like, waiting for Lucas Perry to make the move and rolling it the other side. Daylight between the teams on a gloomy night here in Paris. Smiles among the substitutes. Marquinhos on the bench this evening. Delight for the home fans. Paris Saint-Germain's form has not always been brilliant in recent weeks, but they are already cruising, it seems, against Pierre Sage's Lyon. Remarkable calm from Vitinha, his third goal this season. PSG's second goal tonight already. Of course, he was a crucial player for PSG last season in terms of chipping in with goals. Scoring 9 from midfield across the last campaign. It's as many as Rondel Koulibaly. Koulibaly, who is entirely absent this evening. Not even among the subs, as Nemanja Matic wins the free kick. And Lee Kangin gets the yellow card. Two goals behind before Ryan Cherki has really had any opportunity to create anything in the opposition half. Lyon pretty much shell-shocked. Of course, they would have been well aware of the possibility that PSG would come flying out of the blocks tonight, grab an early goal. question is, how will Lyon respond? They had a couple of heavy defeats in league meetings of the clubs last season. And here come Paris Saint-Germain again. Dembele across to lead. Big opportunity to make it 3-0. Now the touch just allowed the defender to come across and put him off. How on earth could Lyon leave themselves so exposed? Some credit has to go to Nemanja Matic for getting across and just doing enough to put Lee off. Here's Veretout. And it's Nuamar. Trying to skip away from Nuno Mendes, who got the last touch on that. It will be a Lyon throw. Randal Colomwani and Milan Skriniar wrapped up warm in the stands this evening. That will be something to remember in the days and weeks ahead. We head into the January transfer window soon. I wouldn't be at all surprised if both Colomwani and Skriniar, two big signings ahead of last season, a pair of them could well be on their way in January. Skriniar well down the pecking order in defence. Into the middle from the left. Just coolly chested back to Gianluigi Donnarumma by Beraldo. Tagliafico with the ball in. Nacho and Beraldo combining, and Gianluigi Donnarumma getting a feel for the ball. He's hardly touched the ball yet. This was the chance for Lee Kang-in from the pass by Dembele. Shown by Tolisso, Mikko Tadze, now Maitland-Niles trying to skip inside. He ignored the option of passing it to Nuamar to his right. Well, PSG have certainly turned up this evening. Can't accuse them of not having turned up in their Champions League games just because results have not been good. That doesn't tell the whole story. Tended to create lots of chances and miss lots of chances. Well, tonight they've tucked a couple away. And they have a very comfortable lead already as they look to extend their lead at the top of the Ligue 1 table. 4 points clear at the beginning of the day, helped by the fact that the three teams directly below them all drew yesterday. Marseille in second place, drawing at home to Lille in fourth, and Monaco in third, unable to get the victory away to mid-table Reims. That finished 0-0 in Champagne country. So win this evening and the league will be 7 points, and then PSG head to Monaco for a rearranged fixture on Wednesday. Imagine if they win that one as well. Suddenly they'll be 10 points ahead of the Monaco team, who I think most people here in France saw as the most likely title rivals for PSG this season. Vitinha, Hakimi continuing the run on into the penalty box. He's going to keep that in play, Achraf Hakimi. Clinton Mata does well. Sends it forwards for Mikko Tadze. Nuamar for Lyon. Ghanaian skipping inside, Jordan Veretout. PSG doing really well to win back possession. The player with the tackle, Désiré Doué. 67% possession for Paris Saint-Germain in the first 20 minutes here. Ten wins, 4 draws, no defeats in Ligue 1 this season. It's looking ominous for the rest of the country. Tadze up against João Neves, who does well. This is Warren Zaire-Emery, and look at the space that João Neves has to run into. Lee. pounced upon by Mikko Tadze. Not exactly flooding men forward at the moment. Cherki, space to his left for Tagliafico, but he's come to Nuama on the right instead. Cherki once again. Cherki dinking it over the top towards Maitland-Niles. It's mocked up by the Paris Saint-Germain defence. Best defence in Ligue 1, as you might expect from the team at the top of the table. Just 11 goals conceded in 14 matches before tonight. Clean sheet last weekend in Auxerre. It was a 0-0 draw. It was only a 0-0 draw because of some utterly incredible goalkeeping from the home goalkeeper Donovan Leon in that game. Here's Doué. Alongside him, Warren Zaïre-Emery, the teenage French international midfielder, driving forwards. Invited to do so by the Lyon defence. Just dropping back deeper and deeper. It's an excellent ball played through for Zaïre-Emery. By Niakate. Now Ryan Cherki, player who could have moved to PSG in the close season. Looking for a free kick. That's what Ernest Nuama was convinced he should have had there. To be shoved in the back by Nuno Mendes. Nothing given by the officials. The assistant referee was very well placed to make a call on that. Both league meetings of these clubs last season finished 4-1 to PSG. Of course, for a handsome win as well this evening. At this rate, Vitinha. Idea from Nuama, but too far in front of Cherki. It's the view from above the Parc des Princes. Remains to be seen what the long-term future is for PSG in this stadium. They have been in a bit of a dispute with the City Hall here about looking to purchase the stadium, which currently belongs to the city of Paris. They want to have free rein to expand it, to increase capacity, which they clearly need to do. A lot of talk of possibly moving to a bigger stadium in the suburbs. The flag is up. Offside on the far side of the field. Two meetings of the clubs in Ligue 1 last season. PSG ran rampant. Michel Denisot among the spectators this evening, former PSG president, a major media personality here in France, and a figure closely associated with Paris Saint-Germain in the 1990s when they first emerged as a major power at home and in Europe. Pedro Miguel Pauleta was a fantastic player for PSG in the 2000s, and Alain Roche was a very respectable Paris Saint-Germain player too, in a different era for the club. They still welcome a lot of their former players to the Parc des Princes. Some like to mock them around the world for not having much of a history, but that is completely overlooking the fact that It's a relatively short history, but they've packed an awful lot in over the last half a century. Great runs in the Champions League and other European competitions in the 1990s. Lyon really took on the mantle in the 2000s when they won 7 straight titles here in France and had some fine runs in the Champions League themselves. And then PSG, over the last 10 or 15 years, to dominate. 10 of the last 12 Ligue 1 titles have gone to PSG. As Désiré Doué is fouled on the left-hand side, caught in between Nuama and Maitland-Niles. And what is Pierre Sage thinking? Think back to these meetings of the clubs in the league last season. The first one was in Lyon in early September, before Laurent Blanc had left the club. PSG were 4-0 up at half-time and finished 4-1. And then the clubs met here in April, by which time Pierre Sage had very much established himself on the Lyon bench, but PSG were 2-0 up after 6 minutes in that game and ended up being 4-0 up at half-time again. It couldn't happen again tonight, could it? There's still 18 minutes until the half-time interval, as PSG come forwards with a carrot dangling in front of them of getting a third goal perhaps. The fans are in the mood tonight, jumping up and down. Not just a way of keeping warm, they're also really enjoying themselves here. First real gala fixture in the Ligue 1 this season. Marseille will come here in the second half of the campaign. It's the biggest rivalry of them all, but these clubs have a real rivalry these days too. Hakimi, Ousmane Dembélé. For Doué and Mata. Benoit Bastien, tonight's referee. Tich trying to play it out to the left flank, but interception from Hakimi. Lee Kang in now. Tempo's slowed down a little bit. PSG have that comfortable 2-goal cushion. Lyon, I think, really not entirely sure what to do at the moment. Struggling to get on the ball anyway, but they don't want to commit too many men forward because they certainly don't want to concede a third. But without committing men forward, how are they going to trouble Gianluigi Donnarumma in the PSG goal? That's the question. We've seen what they're capable of in attack in recent games. This is a Lyon side who've won the last 4 matches on the bounce in all competitions, scoring at least 3 goals in each of them. Ousmane Dembélé. To Lee on the right-hand side. Back to Dembélé again. Dembélé to the penalty box. He was maybe caught in 2 minds there between having a shot and trying to pick out a teammate. We've seen Dembélé drop from the PSG team in recent weeks. He's not always been a favourite of Luis Enrique in the last few games. Unable to play, of course, in that Champions League match, but back tonight and with an important contribution with the early goal. It was Paris Saint-Germain 2, Lyon 0. Dembélé on 8 minutes, Vitinha with the penalty on 14. Naturally, a lot of focus on the decision by Luis Enrique to leave Bradley Barcola out of his starting lineup tonight, given that Barcola has been PSG's main man for goals this season, but Barcola's form has dipped quite a bit recently. And Luis Enrique taking the decision to Lee Kang in to Dembele's right. This is Lee. Hakimi. It's intercepted. Picked up by Veretout. And Cherki very deep. Hard for him to probably influence the game in that area. Maitland-Niles, England international. Omar just kept that ball in play. It's picked up by Pacho. And Doué again. Vitinha, good football from PSG. Comes to Achraf Hakimi. Hakimi will settle for the corner. In-swinging delivery and the header across the face of goal. Had Lucas Perry panicking somewhat. Not sure who got the touch there. We should see from this angle it was Lucas Beraldo. I think it may have grazed the head of João Neves first. Beraldo got something on it. Decision to start Georges Mikautadze up front tonight yet to bear fruit for Pierre Sage. Marquinhos getting a rest from the PSG starting 11 this evening. You suspect he'll be back for the game with Monaco in midweek. Mikautadze comes out to Veretout, picked up by Ernest Nuamah. Scored a brilliant goal against Eintracht Frankfurt on Thursday, which proved to be the winner. Nuamah down just inside the penalty box. Benoit Bastien, the referee, ignoring any appeals for a foul. Going long. And then forced to clear for the throw. Well, that tells a story. Lyon have yet to produce a single shot in this game. Nothing whatsoever to trouble Donnarumma seriously. PSG 5 shots in this match, and of course they have the 2-goal lead. One of the shots, the penalty. By Doué. Matters in some pain, crying out in anguish to fall into the floor. It was a challenge by Doué on Nuamah. The Lyon bench, they were appealing for a foul. Wanted perhaps a penalty, certainly a foul on the edge of the box. Given by the officials. Well then, Désiré Doué staying down. Seems to be his right leg just below the knee that is the problem for Doué. France under 21 international, big money signing from Stade Rennais just before the transfer window shut in August, just after the season had started. He's not had many opportunities in the starting 11. He set up the goal for Ousmane Dembélé and then won the penalty. which Vitinha converted after winning the battle of the eyes with Lucas Perry, waiting for the Lyon goalkeeper to commit himself. Just stroked it into the net, the Portuguese international. It's all looking good for PSG here at the Parc des Princes tonight. Doesn't look good for Pierre Sage, and the Lyon coach will surely be thinking already about what changes he can make, because he has options on the bench. Nuama. Back to Maitland-Niles. Nice ball in. It was Doué who got it clear. It's a fifth start as a PSG player for Désiré Doué. He's had one in the Champions League. Diagonal from Nuno Mendes, asking a lot of Lee Kang in. Matic comes across to cover, which is something he does so well, Nemanja Matic. Just seems to stroll through games, the veteran midfielder. Fico carried the ball forward. Ryan Cherki. Fico did well to recover that. Nuama. Ghanaian. Tolisso outside him. Straight into the arms of Gianluigi Donnarumma, and Corentin Tolisso has stayed down. Through the Was there anything in this? It's the shoulder of Nuno Mendes into the face of Tolisso. That's where the brunt of the impact was felt. They'll have this experience. Midfield, they've not been able to seriously influence the game tonight. Jordan Veretout coming in, player brought in from Marseille at the beginning of the season. French international to join Corentin Tolisso, a World Cup winner in 2018. And the vastly experienced Nemanja Matic in that midfield trio, but they've really found it going tough up against a much more dynamic and mobile midfield three for PSG. Much more fluid. Looking at the bench, of course, Malik Fofana, Alexandre Lacazette dropping to the bench this evening. Saïd Benrahma is another attacking option. Maxence Cacré could come into the midfield. The American Tanner Tessman as well. There are possibilities available to Pierre Sage. A bit of a mountain to climb for Lyon at the moment. If they can get one goal back, then who knows, maybe anything can happen. Veretout, Tolisso, Ryan Cherki. Oh, it's going to fall here from Mikel Tante. They have got a goal back from absolutely nowhere. Georges Mikel Tante reduces the deficit, and then Gianluigi Donnarumma creates a bit of a scuffle. Of course, the Lyon player wanted to get the ball and get on with the game as quickly as possible. Donnarumma has not had a save to make this evening, and suddenly he is beaten by Mikel Tante. Now Ryan Cherki playing his part, neat footwork, just rolling that ball into a bit of space. The PSG defenders are all drawn towards him. They forgot about Mikel Tante. It's a sixth goal in a Lyon shirt for the Georgian international, signed from Metz in the summer, and it's Paris Saint-Germain 2, Lyon 1. Cards being shown meanwhile to Hakimi and to Donnarumma. were still going on. Mikel Tadze has been cautioned as well. PSG seem to be cruising. Mikel Tadze has brought Lyon right back into the game. 4 Ligue 1 goals, 6 in all competitions. Massive boost for the away side. Half-time approaching, gives them something to cling to. Shows what they can do if they can get forward to the edge of the PSG box. There's Tagliafico. Nuama. Nuama coming in from the right touchline. Mata's cross. He might fall for Veretout. Only got a second bite at that unexpectedly, and he nearly surprised Donnarumma. It was Hakimi just let that ball come back off his forehead. Nearly paid a heavy price, Jordan Veretout. Forcing a save from the Paris Saint-Germain goalkeeper. Could have had an equaliser. Tolisso. Lyon certainly have the wind in their sails now after pulling one back. Nuama. Mikel Tadze trying to get on the end of the return ball from Cherki. Keeping the pressure on. Gane again. Ernest Nuama. Cherki, lovely ball through. Maitland-Niles trying to play it back to Mikel Tadze. And Warren Emery does brilliantly to come away with the ball. Hakimi, PSG on the break. In the final minute of the half, Achraf Hakimi again. Moving towards Dembele at the back post. Dealt with by the Lyon defence. Well, we have a game on our hands now. It looked like Lyon were potentially dead and buried when the penalty went in with less than a quarter of an hour played to make it 2-0, but they've just about steadied the ship. They've nicked a goal at the other end. They have belief again. Have 5 added minutes at the end of the first half. Had a couple of stoppages, of course, for Knox, and this takes a while to get going again after the goal has gone in. Lyon's record against PSG in recent times is not brilliant. 3 defeats between League and Cup last season, of course. Just one of their last 8 meetings. But here they come. Again with Maitland-Niles. Corentin Tolisso. Tolisso ending up on the ground. The referee not interested in giving a free kick. He's trying to let the play flow as much as possible tonight. Here's Doué. Dembele driving into the box. Matic. Right, Ryan Cherki on the left wing. Coming inside. There's Nuamar to his right. Anas Nuamar, top of the shoulder, trying to curl one on his left foot, which he did to such devastating effect in that European game against Frankfurt. Doué setting off on the run, knocked over by Jordan Verretou, and it's a yellow card for the Lyon player now. We've already seen a couple of incidents tonight of players being pushed and nothing being given at all. That was blatant from Jordan Verretou, and it gets him a booking. Désiré Doué was speeding off down the line. What is Luis Enrique thinking? Great start from his team, but they're in a game now, that's for sure. Certainly feeling vindicated in his team selection tonight. Désiré Doué has won more duels than any other player on the pitch, which is probably not what you'd expect from a player like him. Relatively lightweight, a winger, fleet foot, and not somebody you think of as being especially physical. And he certainly seized his chance in the starting lineup so far this evening. As Matic gets the cross all wrong. And a wry smile from Nemanja Matic. Cross paths with Désiré Doué briefly at Stade Rennais, of course, because Matic spent the first half of last season at Rennes. Coming from Roma and then moving to Lyon in the January window to join Pierre Sage. We saw a remarkable turnaround in Lyon's fortunes last season. From relegation certainties, it seemed, at this stage last season, to a team who managed to qualify for Europe and get to the cup final. And there's Lee Kang in. Achraf Hakimi back the way to João Neves. Lee, there is space on the near side. Nuno Mendes. It comes to William Pacho. PSG just running the clock down now towards the interval. João Neves arrowing the ball to Ousmane Dembélé, scorer of the opening goal. Dembélé, drop of the shoulder, the slaloming run. Lack of an end product. Well, that's, in some respects, it sums up Dembélé a lot of the time. Such a wonderful player to watch, but it's not always an end product when it comes to producing goals. He maybe doesn't score enough, but he got the first one tonight.
And the first half has come to an end. Paris Saint-Germain is winning 2-1 against Olympique Lyonnais. That I'm sure that the best is yet to come. What a great game. Don't move. We're coming back after a break on Bein Sports.
At BetMGM, everyone gets a welcome offer. So whether you're
Wasteful earlier, Nicholas Jackson. Caicedo again, who's been excellent, winning that ball in midfield for Chelsea consistently. Lovely ball from Enzo, but it's the run that triggers the pass, and then 1v1. He looks like he'd made his mind up as soon as he got that ball and was fronting up with Pinnock. Just moves the ball to the side and hits the shot early. You see, that's a centre forward who's playing with a lot of confidence. Even though he missed that earlier chance, his focus was 100% on executing that. And he's given Chelsea that vital 2-goal cushion.
Big goal and a big moment for Chelsea. Jackson's 9th of this campaign, 9 goals in 15 games. He marks his 50th goal, 50th game rather, in this division with his 23rd goal for Chelsea. Coming so soon after that, Brentford had that great chance to make it 1-1 when Cavalier smashed the Chelsea bar. It's a far more comfortable atmosphere now around Stamford Bridge for the home supporters.
Kunku's getting ready beneath us now that Chelsea have the 2-goal cushion.
straight into Altimira, who's gleefully waiting for him. Cisse. He's not short of confidence, is he? Altimira. They've got a certain style and arrogance about them, Leganes.
Pedri desperate for the ball not to be played forward. He does catch it, he's on the ground when he makes the challenge. It's a foul, nothing more than that. There's thought there, the standing head coach.
Not sure when Rafinha is getting involved there. It's up to the referee to decide on the placement of the ball. Well, the high line is drawn once more. Such is the style of Hansi Flick's Barcelona. Works this time. Olmo gets ahead on it. Gonzalez in there, brave from Olmo. Interestingly, Stuart, that goal that Barcelona conceded from a corner was the first one they conceded direct from a corner this season.
They might be put under a bit of pressure next week when they play Atleti.
Yeah, they want to be at their sharpest against Atletico Madrid because they'll have an ability. 10 wins out of 10 in all competitions for Simeone's side.
And they are good in the air as well. We saw that with Sorlott's goal to win the game this weekend.
Barca fans sensing the players down there need a lift, getting behind them vocally. Lewandowski. It's a poor pass from Robert Lewandowski. Hernandez screams forward inside to Oscar, the man that will get the assist for that goal. Koundé.
All the time there, Hernandez. Not so much this bit, this is a foul, silly foul as well, but he had a chance to run with it. We started run with it. It was a massive diagonal that he could have played, as they did in the very first couple of minutes to get Munir in. He just didn't get his head up.
Rafinha. Pedri. Casado. Lewandowski. Olmo doesn't get there. Koundé. Yamal with a simple take for the man of the first half. Marko Dimitrovic has been excellent.
He's done well at this at times, Lewandowski, holding the play up, setting up Dani Olmo. On occasion, Cisse got a cross and got the challenge in.
Martinez. Bale. Casado to Pedri. Rafinha. Bale was onside. Oh, a lovely touch. Rafinha. Barcelona freestyling Lewandowski in the game. It's that man Tapia. He's battered and bruised from the number of times he just hurled his body in front of a Barcelona shooter.
Brilliant passing from Barcelona in and around the box. It's a very crowded penalty area. There's a little flick. This is a good pass from Rafinha. And Lewandowski, once again, his first touch is really good just to open himself up. Then it was Tapia throwing himself in the line of the ball.
Pedri teases it to the near post. Rafinha. Casado. Inigo Martinez. Olmo. Well, tonight it will be Marcus Sorg who has to make the big calls. Hansi Flick was allowed, of course, to make the team talk at the club's hotel before the game, and then after that had to hand over the reins to his trusty assistant. He's one who needs to decide at half-time whether changes are made. He may have some kind of communication with Hansi Flick. Munir.
game he's had so far. Going from his midfield role to a third centre-back.
If my eyes don't deceive me, that's a very generous 5 minutes out into the first half. But there's confirmation. Well, to be fair to Tapia, he is drawing blood from the damage that was done by his own teammate, wasn't he? It was Sergio Gonzalez, the studs of Gonzalez.
Yeah, they were both trying to get a block in. He's got to come off. So as well as he's played, that's a blow. Nets is the player that is looking ready to come on.
Well, it's a big hole to fill because Tapia has been superb as a defensive midfield player, much an extra centre-half at times.
That's a bit of a worry that Mali's suggesting that he wants to come off after this twisted ankle there. We're going to wait till half-time now, but I doubt we're going to see him come back out onto the field in the second half. And then just watch that little clip there.
Confirmation, Tapia out, Brasinac will take his place. It's just a change of personnel here. Same formation from Leganés with Brasinac acting as a defensive midfield player. Rolde. Rafinha. Comfortable take for Dimitrovic.
Just didn't quite get it right, but they can get success down the outside. They can get crosses into the box.
This is not looking good, is it? That ankle injury picked up by Lamine Yamal early in the game with the old-fashioned instructions for him to run it off. Here's Miguel. Oh, that was a major chance. He suspected he was offside. He couldn't quite believe his luck, but the referee let him play out.
One long kick. Doesn't really deal with it. Oh, it was very tight, but he was offside. Didn't really make any difference because he missed it.
Casero. Lamine. He's hurting every time he kicks the ball, Lamine Yamal. Garcia. Koundé. Casero. Olmo. It's a good stretch, excellent defending from Javi Hernandez. Each one of these Leganés players have played to their absolute maximum.
Well, there's not too much space, is there, between those three centre-backs, although he's just pushed into midfield there.
Great ball. Here is Lamine Yamal, hobbling his way into the penalty area. May not be fully fit, but he's still doing the damage. Back to Dani Olmo. And Olmo has a complete miss-kick. In golf, they would call that a shank.
Well, the space was created because Olmo went a bit short and one of the centre-halves came out to pick him up. And that left space for Yamal to make his run. As well to keep it in place, sets up Dani Olmo. As you said, a complete shank. Misses it with his right foot, hits his standing foot, chance missed.
He's pretty much irreplaceable, isn't he, Lamine Yamal? It's a big decision for Marcus Sorgi. He has to go off. Who does he bring on? Does he utilise Pau Victor as a wide man? Does he introduce Ferran Torres, who has returned with 3 goals in the last 2 matches? Or is there a tactical readjustment of the team?
No, I think Ferran Torres would be the likely player. He's a different sort of player, but he can play wide, he can make some very good runs off the ball. He's not so good on the ball, of course he's not. He was not going to dribble with it, but his movement is good. He might swap positions with Rafinha, and Rafinha go out to where Yamal is playing.
Rafinha rise the challenges superbly. Disguise pass to Yamal. Yamal goes around the defender, tries to squeeze it near the near post.
Racing into that 2-goal lead, Lyon pulling one back late in the first half. Not really offered much, it must be said, but it's given them something to cling to. Let's see if they can find an equaliser in the second half. PSG very much on top, just tailed away a bit in the final 10 minutes of the first half. That's when Lyon began to create some danger. By Beraldo. Picked up by Achraf Hakimi. Pierre Sage, just over a year in the job at Lyon. He was delighted with his team for the way they played against Eintracht Frankfurt on Thursday. It was a tremendous game on such a cold night down in Lyon. Temperatures pretty much down to freezing. To say it is not as cold this evening, it's still chilly, just over a week away from Christmas. Final Ligue 1 weekend of the calendar year. Next weekend it's the Coupe de France. So this is Lyon's last Ligue 1 outing of 2024. PSG have that rearranged game with Monaco to come. The reason that's been played on Wednesday is because the Trophée des Champions, the traditional curtain raiser to the season, which was postponed back in August, eventually found a date the first weekend of January for that one, PSG Monaco, which will take place in Doha. PSG Monaco were due to play in the league that weekend, so the league fixture has been brought forward to this Wednesday. Down at the Stade Louis II. By Hakimi. And Luis Enrique's furious, by the way, possession being lost there. Lyon might have a chance. Maitland-Niles making the run forward. Nuamah with the pass through. And Nuno Mendes having to just turn it behind for a corner. Lyon's first corner of the game. Now then. What is noticeable is that there are 9 Lyon players in the penalty box here. The only ones not in the box, the corner kick taker and the goalkeeper. A couple of them, Mata and Veretout, just drifted back towards the edge of the area. The corner is cleared away at the near post. Maitland-Niles racing across to recover possession. Back it comes to Lucas Perry. PSG team this evening. Lucas Beraldo preferred to the captain Marquinhos in central defence. Fabian Ruiz dropping out of the midfield with Warren Zaire-Emery coming back in after not starting in Salzburg in the Champions League during the week. And up front, it's Ousmane Dembele really playing as the central player in the 3-man attack. Lee Kang in on the right, and Desiré Doué on the left. Dembele back to Zaire-Emery, the shot is saved. A chance cheaply given away by Lyon. Clearance by Niakate straight to Hakimi. And Dembele setting up Warren Zaire-Emery for the shot which was deflected. Vitinha to the left-hand side for Nuno Mendes. It's a dangerous ball in. In the end, it's turned behind by Nicolas Tagliafico, the World Cup winner with Argentina this weekend 2 years ago. They beat France in that epic final in Doha. Penalties after a 3-3 draw. World Cup in which Lucas Hernandez suffered a bad knee injury at the start of the tournament. Well, the France defender is one of the substitutes for PSG this evening, having recovered from his latest knee injury. Lee Kang-in, step over. Challenged by Tagliafico. Matic. Win it back again. Of course, it comes to Nuno Mendes. Zaire-Emery. It's a good ball if Hakimi can get on the end of it. Across the penalty box and into the middle. It's a superb goal. Brilliant finish by Désiré Doué. The offside flag came up immediately. That will cut short the celebrations. It will be checked, of course, by VAR. The reason is that Hakimi was offside when the pass was played. Nuno Mendes cutting it back to Doué, finished with aplomb. The goal will not stand. Came off the bench to score in the Champions League game in Salzburg and then being rewarded with a start this evening. Désiré Doué, just 19. With a massive future ahead of him, seems certain. Now then. The referee is just having a word with somebody. He's encouraged to talk to the two captains here.
Que va a parar un poco el partido por los cánticos e insultos
I think the suggestion is it's an issue to do with something being sung by the fans behind the goal, and Achraf Hakimi and a couple of other PSG players are just encouraging the fans at that end of the stadium to stop singing what they're singing. Told that if that doesn't happen, the game might stop. And Achraf Hakimi and Vitinha jump over the advertising hoarding and have words with the fans, the ultra leaders. Having a message coming across the loudspeaker here, reminding fans that insulting chants are forbidden and that the game could be stopped, and PSG might even forfeit the match if any chanting does not cease immediately. There is some background to this. We have had incidents in recent games of songs being sung which are deemed unsuitable. It's become something which has made headlines in the media here. And clearly, this is a warning. They want to be able to get on with the game without this being an issue. The match delegate is satisfied that we can restart again. PSG president and director of football among the spectators at the Parc des Princes tonight. Paris Saint-Germain lead 10 minutes into the second half. João Neves with the ball towards Doué on the left. Desiré Doué denied the goal by the offside flag. Ousmane Dembélé trying to play the ball through towards Zaire Emery, made the run into the penalty box. It's away by Tolisso. Mendes. Doué doing well, supported by Vitinha. Again, towards the byline. Desiré Doué, who played in this stadium with the France team in the final of the Olympics in August when they got the silver medal up against Spain. A couple of his teammates in that side involved this evening. Alexandre Lacazette as well, who's on the bench for Lyon. I suspect we'll see him at some point. Here's Mikel Tadze. Here is Ryan Cherki, left wing, losing out against Achraf Hakimi. Hakimi, the Olympic bronze medalist with Morocco. Morocco will be involved in the hosting of the 2030 World Cup. Spain and Portugal. 3 games taking place in South America too. Lee with the turn on the edge of the box. Some appeals for a penalty, I think, from home fans, but Bastien, the referee, telling Lee to get up and get on with it, and Lyon have the chance to break here. Cherki can do with a bit more support, Ryan Cherki. It's good defending from William Pacho, who is enormous presence at the back for Paris Saint-Germain. Has had a very impressive impact since his arrival in the close season, as we see the challenge again on Lee by Nemanja Matic, for which nothing was given. Cherki plays the corner short. Flighted into the middle, collected by Gianluigi Donnarumma. Cherki was strongly linked with a move to PSG in the close season. Talk of a €15 million transfer. He said that he lost interest because he thought that Borussia Dortmund were going to come in for him, and then that didn't transpire. He ended up staying at Lyon. It looked like he was going to be frozen out of the team because they wanted to sell him. Transfer window shut, he was still at the club. He signed an extension to his contract. Very happy still to have him, but the issue is they do desperately need to raise funds in the transfer market. They also desperately need to finish in the Champions League places, and they'll have a decision to make in the January window. Do they sell him then if anybody comes in? Or do they keep him until the summer? Vitinha. João Neves too much on the pass for Désiré Doué. Neves, like Doué, one of PSG's summer signings. Ronaldo's pass nearly intercepted by Georges Mikotadze, who's annoyed at himself for not getting there. As it comes to Vitinha. Paris Saint-Germain are going to make a triple substitution in a moment. You can see them down in the technical area. Marquinhos and Lucas Hernandez among the players coming on as the ball is played across the penalty box by Hakimi. Kept in play by Doué. Comes back to João Neves. Shot blocked by the defender. Out to Warren Zaire-Emery. Neves does well. Lee to the side, netting. Could have been 3-1. Good play from Paris Saint-Germain, excellent from João Neves. Lee had space at the back post, just unable to find the target. As we see that replay, the change is now being made. It's Lee Kang-in's final involvement this evening. Bradley Barcola is now coming on against his old club. He's a Lyon lad, left OL at the beginning of last season to join PSG in a big money move. And Lucas Beraldo making way for Marquinhos. And Nuno Mendes being replaced by Lucas Hernandez, who is back after that spell on the sidelines, picked up that nasty knee injury in the Champions League semi-final against Borussia Dortmund late last season. He'll play at left back. And Marquinhos will join William Pacho in the heart of the defence, and Bradley Barcola, I imagine, will play in his habitual position on the left wing. Dembele will move to the right wing, and Désiré Doué probably play through the middle of the attack. Vitinha with the ball out to the left. Here is Bradley Barcola, French international, up against his old team. cleared away by Tagliafico. Three attacking players getting ready to come on. So we're going to see Anas Nuamah making way for Malik Fofana. Belgian scored a fine goal in that game against Eintracht Frankfurt as well. I suspect these changes would pretty much have been planned in advance. Alexandre Lacazette entering the fray. Captain of the France Olympic team. The last appearance for him in this stadium was that Olympic final against Spain. And the Lyon captain recovering the armband from Corentin Tolisso. The other change, Saïd Benrahma on for Ryan Cherki. Maybe not having the impact that he would have hoped this evening, Cherki, but he still set up the goal for Mikel Tadze. And Lyon have an entirely fresh front three on the pitch for the final 25 minutes or so plus stoppage time. Be a very open game for the next little while. Barcola's lost his boot. Stop the game for that. Have to recover it with Lyon in possession. Maitland Niles sending the ball forward for Saïd Benrahma, who just went a moment too soon. Was caught offside, the Algerian international. PSG still very much in front. You look at the stats, 10 shots on goal to just 3 for Lyon this evening. There's Hakimi. Barcola. Vitinha spreads the player to Hakimi on the near side. Too much on the pass from William Pacho. That'll be a goal kick. The idea was a sound one. Desiree Doué applauding it. We've seen this pattern from PSG a lot in recent games here, where they get the early goal and then they're not able to add to it. Just wonder if they might live to regret that this evening, because Perry will restart play. Sent from Botafogo in January of this year, midway through last season. Lucas Perry, his old club, with an incredible year, just won the Copa Libertadores in South America and the Brazilian title. Downfield towards Corentin Tolisso. Ball picked up by Alexandre Lacazette. He loses out to João Neves. PSG look to attack into space here. Barcola sent on the run down the left. Bradley Barcola, PSG's top scorer this season with 10 goals, to pick out a teammate in the middle. Jordan Veretout with the clearance. That's gone off the boil a bit of late, Bradley Barcola. Luis Enrique will say that he's just been rested with a big game to come in Monaco in midweek, rather than dropping Barcola. He's very much such a squad game these days, the number of fixtures that these teams have to play. PSG up in Lens next Sunday for a big game in the Cup. They'll begin their Cup campaign next Saturday, away to lower league opposition. Entente Vigny-Aulnois, a club from up in the far north of France as well. Comes the cross. The referee, so he's going to have to restart the game with an uncontested drop ball. It was in Lyon's possession. It's been a busy night for Désiré Doué. He's put in more sprints than any other player on the field this evening, just ahead of Ousmane Dembélé. Ainsley Maitland-Niles. I think a lot of the sprints of Maitland-Niles have just been trying to keep up with Désiré Doué. Vitinha for Paris Saint-Germain. Hakimi. Fouled by Tolisso. There's Lucas Hernandez. Certainly PSG have plenty of options defensively now that Hernandez is fit again, and same with Presnel Kimpembe having returned from a very long layoff with a serious Achilles tendon injury. He's yet to return. Played the European Championship in France, of course. Towards Hakimi was a good one, but I think Fofana was there covering. He loves to get forward, doesn't he, Achraf Hakimi? Well, it's just about onside. Bring that ball under control, though. Interception by Matic. Pierre Sage wanting more from his team. This game has calmed down quite a lot, really, since we had that brief interruption in play with the offside goal from Désiré Doué, and then Achraf Hakimi having to go across and tell the supporters to stop what they were singing. The game was not quite picked up to the same extent again, but Andy Barcola now flying in from the left wing again, just overrunning that ball, I think. Didn't go out of play, well, according to the assistant referee anyway. I think it might have done, in reality. And Cherki looking on, his job for the evening is done. Having to look for an equaliser without him. It's the choice made by Pierre Sage. 2 fresh legs in attack. Is that these substitutes have really been able to get into the game for the away side. João Neves. Still 2-1 PSG lead, the 2 goals in the first 14 minutes for the home team. And a reply from Georges Mikautadze, his 4th Ligue 1 goal as a Lyon player, his 6th in all competitions. The away team back into the game. They still have hope, but not offered much going forward in the second half. PSG just moving the ball about in their classic Luis Enrique style, controlling possession. They'll need to do something when they get the opportunity on the break. This might be it. Malik Fofana in the penalty box from the angle. Well, it's a shot at least, but it's a comfortable save for Gianluigi Donnarumma. Fofana is an explosive young talent, really exciting player. Difficult to score though from that type of angle. Is intercepted, but luckily for him, João Neves was there to win it back again. You can see PSG set up in possession with 3 defenders and with Hakimi occupying the right flank, Barcola the left. Dembele able to position himself more centrally. Jordan Veretout. Here's Fofana for Lyon. Thrilling player. Malik Fofana, he's won his side a corner to look out for in the years ahead. Raw, of course, when Lyon signed him midway through last season. He's already really coming onto the game. It was the shot that was saved by Donnarumma, didn't really get hold of it. Again, the white shirts lining up in a queue in the penalty box, waiting for the corner to come in. It's met by a Lyon head. It's over the bar. So Niakate it was who, on the end of it, twisting his neck muscles to try and direct the ball downwards and towards goal, but off target, and PSG still have their lead intact. Is going to beat PSG these days, then Lyon are a good bet. Lyon won 6 times against PSG since the transformative takeover of the Parisians in 2011, which changed the face of French football. The Rennes have done better with 7 at that time. Doué, former Rennes player. Fofana to turn up against Hakimi, forced back the way to Tagliafico. Strong defending from Pacho, but he ended up giving away the free kick against Corentin Tolisso. Luis Enrique is preparing another change. We're going to see Gonzalo Ramos coming on for the home team. They'll finish the game with a focal point in attack. Seeing Vitinha's heat map for this evening's game. He has been as busy as ever, the Portuguese international midfielder, and of course it's his goal from the penalty spot which ultimately proved to be the winner if it stays this way. But Lyon have a chance here. The long ball played forwards, cross from the right towards Lacazette. Peeling away from the PSG defence to keep possession. Tackled by Tagliafico. We're in the last 10 minutes of the 90. Lyon's last league game of the year there. Making another change in a moment as well. Imagine that Gonzalo Ramos will take the place of Desiree Doué, but we'll see whose number comes up in a moment. Emery. For Bradley Barcola. Turn to Lucas Perry by Moussa Niakate. Two teams waiting for a break in play in order to make the substitutions. The changes will be made, and we see Mondel Kolomwani watching in his civilian clothes from the stand this evening. The France international centre forward not even required on the bench tonight. Desiree Doué brought into the starting 11 and playing a starring role, setting up the first goal for Ousmane Dembélé, winning the penalty for the second, and he makes way for Gonzalo Ramos in the closing stages. And the Lyon change, Douye Chaleta Sarr coming on place of Jordan Veretout. It's a change of shape for Lyon for the remaining minutes of this game. Defender on for a midfielder. Push Ainsley Maitland-Niles further forward on the right-hand side. He's very adaptable, very versatile player, Maitland-Niles. Just trying to overload the flanks as much as possible. We need to create something. We're in a hurry here. We're there to salvage a point, perhaps. Gonzalo Ramos back helping out defensively. Got his first goal of the season in the win in Salzburg during the week, the opening goal on the night for PSG. Ramos suffered an ankle injury the opening day of the campaign against Le Havre in Normandy on a rainy night in August. Sidelined until the end of last month, but he's back fit again and very much available for Luis Enrique. Gonzalo Ramos will just occupy the Lyon substitute, Chaleta Sarr, in the remaining minutes of the game. Luis Enrique is active down below again because PSG are making a final substitution. Fabian Ruiz is going to come on. Pierre Sage, Lyon coach, doesn't look like he's going to respond in kind. Tassar missing the ball on the bounce, and Dembele looking to set up Bradley Barcola. He's put it wide of the far post. Bradley Barcola. The chance to really put his old team to the sword there. That would have finished this game off once and for all, but Barcola's confidence in front of goal is not quite what it was. Lucas Perry made himself as big as he could. Oh, that's unlucky. And, PSG making the change. It is Ousmane Dembele who is coming off. Scored an opening goal in the Coupe de France final between the clubs at the end of May. As PSG sealed domestic double last season. He scored an opening goal tonight, Dembele. Now he's replaced by Fabian Ruiz, who scored the other goal in the cup final. Spain midfielder. First Ligue 1 appearance of the season then for Lucas Hernandez. PSG certainly showcasing the strength of their squad with the changes they've made in the second half. Lyon are still in this game. At nearly 87 minutes, but it's not over. Despite a disastrous start, Lyon could still salvage a point here. Will not keep that in play. PSG away to Lens in the cup, and Lyon with that trip to lower league opposition. That will be the final round of games of the calendar year for these clubs. Then, of course, the short winter break. No games on the weekend in between the Christmas and New Year holidays here in France, and then it's return to action at the start of January for these clubs. Ramos. Selfish play from Gonzalo Ramos, looking to tee up Bradley Barcola. There's another goal. Lucas Perry stops it. The follow-up is turned into the net. Ramos on target, and that should be that. It's 3-1 to Paris Saint-Germain. They've finally killed off any prospect of a Lyon comeback to salvage a draw this evening. And after getting his first goal of the season in the Champions League game against Salzburg during the week, he is up and running in Ligue 1 for the campaign. Fit again after injury, the Portugal striker, and he was involved initially with the pass to Bradley Barcola. Lucas Perry, it was an awkward one for the Brazilian goalkeeper. He couldn't get two hands on it, fumbled it a bit. Ramos saying thank you very much. Say, it didn't feel like when PSG raced into that 2-0 lead that they would be waiting for an 88th minute goal to wrap up the points, but had some suspense up until then. It's all over now. After winning all three meetings of the clubs between League and Cup last season, another victory for PSG against Lyon this evening. Lyon not quite finished yet. Assistant referee on the far side suggesting that ball had crossed the line. Benoit Bastien, tonight's referee, was in charge of the Girona-Liverpool Champions League game during the week. was also in charge of the incredible match between Lyon and Marseille in Ligue 1 in September, when Marseille were reduced to 10 men with about 5 minutes played, and somehow produced an incredible comeback to win that game in the death. That's the last Ligue 1 game that Lyon lost. Their only defeat since then in all competitions was at home to Beşiktaş of Turkey in the Europa League. One defeat in 15 before this evening, but it's going to be a defeat for Lyon tonight against Paris Saint-Germain, whose president Nasser El-Khelaifi will be very satisfied with what he's seen with the outcome. PSG extending their lead at the Ligue 1 summit. Trying to break into the box. 5 minutes of stoppage time signalled like at the end of the first half. PSG will probably just simply have to accept that PSG have been too strong this evening, taking advantage of errors made by his Lyon team. Quick turnaround for them after that Europa League game on Thursday, always difficult. That little bit fresher, even if they had, of course, a journey to Austria to play their European tie. That was on Tuesday, over Thursday in Lyon's case. Zaire Emery. John Hakimi, scream you could hear as he was caught by Nicolas Tagliafico, and the Lyon fullback gets a yellow card. Referring the left back position this evening to Abner Vinicius. They have the Brazilian international Abner on the bench, and the Argentinian Tagliafico starting left back tonight for Lyon. More like it from PSG on the domestic front tonight after the draws against Nantes and Auxerre. Certainly the Auxerre game a little bit different. Auxerre very good at home, and PSG unfortunate not to win that game, just denied by some brilliant goalkeeping. But the match here against Nantes a couple of weeks ago was very flat. This has been a big improvement. Time yet for another one. To the 4th of 5. Alexandre Lacazette has struggled to make an impact since coming on. Lyon ultimately well beaten this evening. Just sending out a message to the rest of France, really, that even a team as good as Lyon, with all the attacking options they have available to them, even they can't really live with Paris Saint-Germain when the Parisians are on their game and in the mood. Luis Enrique's team mightily impressive in the early stages this evening, and ultimately running out very worthy winners despite a hint of a comeback from the away side. by Pacho. Seconds just ticking down here. Fico. Might fall for Fofana. Turiso back. Just can't find the Lyon head in the box, and that is that. The full-time whistle goes.
And it's a great victory for Paris Saint-Germain. The match has come to
Torres there to set up Koundé, but the finish is a very poor one. Got to hit the target. He hooks that shot wide of the far post. That was a big moment. There spoke about the frustration on the faces of the Barcelona players. That's what you're seeing there. Had a challenge with Fermin Lopez, who came off worse. I think he might have lost a bit of his front tooth. That's what he suggested.
Looks like it, doesn't it?
Yep.
They got masseurs and physiotherapists. Even the mind doctor of the club these days, he may need a visit to the club's dentist tomorrow. Sergio Gonzalez is sauntering forwards. To be careful, he scored in the first half, of course. And the change is made. Victor, more attacking player, replaces Casado. Very odd free kick. One that's best forgotten about. Peña to Balde. Kubasi. Rafinha. They're playing for mistakes though, Barcelona. Just lacking that little bit of precision in the passes.
That's been one of their problems. They're trying to be too precise at times. There's not that much space to pass it through the opposition. So sometimes you have to just get the ball into good areas, get players attacking the 6-yard box. Particularly when there's only 10 minutes left, and you're 1-0 down. You're not going to score the perfect goal.
It'll be a tense 10 minutes, will be a thrilling 10 minutes for the Barca supporters. Again, he's preparing to make another change. Daniel Rama will come on to just refresh things when the coach believes it's an opportune moment, which may well be now.
Being booked, maybe one of the reasons he's coming off. Cisse.
He's put in a good shift as a disruptor in midfield. The Ghanaian international marking his 100th appearance. And Daniel Raba will be charged with guiding his teammates through the 8 minutes and whatever the referee adds on. He was an attacking midfield player last season, waiting with 8 goals. Rafinha. Pedri. Appeared to be pushed over there by Daniel Raba. The referee lets play continue. This is going to backfire. And, well, Diego doesn't take the chance that fell his way. It did look like he got the opportunity by illegal means.
Well, he's going down very easily, Pedri.
Rafinha.
Didn't make the most of the situation. The substitute.
What a brilliant tackle that was on Gavi. Rafinha wins it back. Hustle and bustle in the midfield. Martinez. Balde. Ferranto is drawing defenders. The intention was to find Koundé. There's Rafinha. Good block again. It's been a recurring theme for Leganes, just getting any part of the anatomy in the way of the Barcelona shot. Balde. Pedri. Kubasi. Rafinha. Shakes that, he says to Balde. Balde doesn't get there because Gavi takes it off and helped away by Rabat.
Offside given. It's the right sort of ball, I think, from Rafinha. A couple of players that have made way already. Garcia, who you said was very tired, but he was at fault for the Leganes goal.
Those pictures tell the story, don't they? It's a gloomy evening at the Montjuic.
What a game we've got next week. Barcelona against Atleti.
Massive match. As it stands, they'll be on level points going into that game.
Big chance in the last section of the game, and that was that one for Koundé. He should have hit the target. Big opportunity.
Kubasi. Pedri. Torres to Rafinha. Rafinha tries to play into the area. Torres is claiming he was fouled when the ball had gone. Referee saw nothing. He had a point.
Stasic just puts his arm out to stop Ferran Torres getting in behind him. It's a very congested area through that 10-15 yard square outside the penalty box.
Koundé. This is unbelievable. Barcelona heading for their second successive home defeat. Many thought the loss to Las Palmas was a bit of a freak result. Leganes are working extremely hard to defend this one-goal lead. Heads up, Koundé is there, tries to pass it on to a specialist in finishing. But it'll happen a little bit too fast for our victories. He explains to those around him.
Well, Koundé's been an attacking threat. He's made more forward runs than he has had to defend. Might have given his defender a little nudge in the back when he won the first ball.
Marcus, the assistant coach, standing in. Hansi Flick just making some last-minute readjustments to the players. Time running out for Barcelona. Should be a huge amount of time added to the game. 5 in the first half. Diego Martinez. Now Balde. Inigo. Rafinha. Rafinha hits it in. Barca need a little bit more imagination. Food and drink for these Leganes defenders. Crossing it in. Balde. Oscar skies the ball. Rafinha. Excellent defending from Hernandez. Fermin Lopez. This isn't really the Barcelona style, is it? Just launching it.
So they're not launching it. They're the balls they have to play. They're not going to pass their way through. They've proved that over the last 20 minutes. They have to get crosses into the box.
And they do from a corner. Rafinha, super strong defending. Altamira finds himself in a strange position at the right back in the left wing. You can see him hurtling back. Reminder next week, Barca Atletico Madrid. And we're looking at that with a different perspective. Barcelona have been league leaders all season long. Now Victor plays it back. Supporters wanted a shot there. Now they go to Balde. Balde with the latest of a number of unsuccessful crosses.
He's got to work harder to buy himself a bit of space. That was a poor effort from Balde.
Fermin Lopez working hard. He wins the ball back and it takes a lucky deflection off Nastasic.
Now, who's actually going to win the ball in the air for them, though? That's the problem now. Martinez is probably the only header of the ball.
Launched to the far post. Another corner, different side this time.
Maybe Kubasi, the biggest centre-back, but he's got a good leap on him.
Easy header, be by yourself as the cries at Oscar. Balde. Fermin Lopez. Balde. Rafinha, the captain. Barca have 6 players strung across the area. Balde in there again, easy for Leganes to defend. Can they crack the code? And so many attempts. Pedri. Rafinha. Rafinha, oh, you don't want to mess with Dimitrovic when he comes flying off his line like that.
Too straight on that occasion. Still can't quite believe that Lewandowski was taken off. I know he's getting on, and I know he didn't have his best game, but he's the player that when crosses come into the box, there's balls in and around the penalty spot, he's the player that finds that bit of movement. He's the player that can get on the end of things. Ferran Torres isn't that player. He's much better playing out wide and making runs in behind the opposition.
Well, you could see the disbelief and hear the disbelief. The supporters when the referee has acknowledged just 3 minutes of time to be added on.
They probably now know, Leganes, that the worst they can probably get is a draw now.
They dream of a draw, they take that. Diego. Here goes Oscar. Does he go for goal or does he go for the corner flag? Doesn't have any teammates. Oh, he goes through Koundé and into the area. Oscar does get a bit of support ultimately. Barcelona have been stretched. Hernandez. And the shot in from Van Neyou. Last ditch stuff this from Barcelona. Balde. Home crowd trying to be supportive, trying to will the players forward, but you can feel the frustration in the air. Rafinha, much better cross this time. Nastasic wins it again. Neyou's header. Pedri. Rafinha. They stand tall and strong again. Agonising for the Barcelona fans.
I'd say they've been fairly disciplined with their tackling in the danger areas as well.
Kubasi ahead and home. Pedri. Here's Koundé, wins the header, nods it down. Will somebody take it? Fermin Lopez, another remarkable clearance off the line. Was it Sergio Gonzalez, the man who scored the goal, celebrating like he did when he scored the goal? He knows that might well be the full 3 points for Leganes as they stream forward again, further frustrating Barcelona.
Altimira is going to be disappointed. He made the overlapping run. He's now going to run all the way back. He's out of position here.
Torres calls kindly to Rafinha. Free kick, edge of the area. One final chance for Barcelona. Breathtaking finale.
There's the challenge, the little shove in the back, quite clearly a shove. Hernandez trying to say he got one in the face. Oh, he got an elbow on the nose, but I think he's just trying to hold off the player. It certainly hurt, that's for sure. Doesn't matter how long he takes now, this is the last chance for Barcelona and, by the looks of it, Rafinha. Give Rafinha the benefit of the doubt that he's just trying to hold off the player rather than swinging his elbow.
He's going to have to go to the sidelines. He can't continue playing if there is blood streaming from his nose. No other option. All adding to the weight of pressure on the shoulders of the Barcelona captain. Trying to keep his concentration. This could be the final kick of the ball, the vital kick of the ball tonight and in Barcelona's season. He's given Barcelona a bloody nose. He's got one of his own now, Hernandez, who clearly getting caught up in the occasion. Has had a word out of place. Leaves the field with a yellow card. He needs to be the architect of a perfect wall, the outstanding Dimitrovic. Those gloves coming in handy for Rafinha to take the dew off the ball. I'm sure that Torres is just there as a decoy.
This is a massive moment in Barcelona's season here.
Rafinha, not good enough, which maybe sums up the total Barcelona performance. Well, a dreadfully disappointing performance for Barcelona. Their fourth defeat of the season, a run of only one win in 6 matches, back-to-back home losses.
Well, they got off to the worst start, didn't they? Gave away a set play, free header, found themselves 1-0 down, and then didn't make the most of 2 or 3 chances out in the first half. And in the second half, they probably didn't do enough.